Welcome. This is Crimey Queen. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence, we say the crimson light is life. So, the crimson light is our journey to actualizing soulful love. This is where we are having fun with words and numbers. And so far, I think I have done about seven presentations on the number five because we have been working with five. Five is central on our um, it's on our sacrifice scale. It's what pivots in in that direction of that which we are striving to be central, centered, grounded, and of course, elated too. Or that place where we can see that we have grown. It's that place of consciousness, place of empathy, place of love. This is what we're about. So we know that the number five is also considered the number of grace. It is also considered a very prosperous number. And so, or blessed number, although all numbers I would love to consider them blessed. But we have been working with the zodiac signs in the sense of just likely, I have been hoping this is likely done. I recognize that there were three zodiac signs with five letters each. So that would be Virgo, Libra, and Aries. So I thought, of course, I'm working with number five. So let's look at that. So I have done a presentation on that. So I won't go too far into it, but I have been delighted with the outcome. It's just amazing that you'd come up with an idea and you think, I'll do this just for fun. But that's what fun does. Fun equals number five too. And I have realized that most times when I do something with just the spur of the moment, I'll just for the fun of it. And it seemed to really take me into some very amazing directions or discoveries. So I love it and I enjoyed it. And I thought, well, it was through that I was doing the as above, so below, because I had done the numerical value for the word blue and green, meaning a representation of sky and earth. And so I thought I would just work with this. And I have done the numerical value here, which is 54621. Okay, and I've added this. This is 9 and 9. I've just added mentally all of this together is 18. So we get a numerical value for above for 9. Now, 9, of course, is the number of newness. We see that's the number that gives new birth. It's that sacrificial number. I call it the sacrificial number too. And we have seen how this has reflected in the Virgin Mary as well. Okay. Below is came to, and I'm smiling now because below came to 21, which means it's 3. Now, if you have been watching my videos, you will see that 3 has been has been duped as the number. It's the worm. It is the vibration. It is busy. It is obnoxious. It's 3 is just very happy. Whatever it can find to anchor with, it will. So there is 3. 3 is vibrations. And so whatever vibrations, wherever there is a beat, 3 is moving to it. 3 is freedom. So that's what 3 is about. That freedom to do as it pleases. Okay. So that's the nature of 3. And that's below. And perhaps that makes sense because that's what we are striving to do down below. And that would also go with the correlate with the chakras that are below. They are about gratifications for sex and food and those basic needs. So that's what 3 is presenting here to us. It's no wonder it is said that in 21 days, for instance, we could change or form any habit, and that is reflected here below. Well, that might be with a big question mark, but we also see how the bread and blood has been reflected as in 21 too. So when we add 9 and 3 together, we see that becomes 12. But of course, we were talking about zodiac signs. That's what we were on. And that's, of course, meaning 5 with the 5 letters in each zodiac sign. So it didn't come as 5 and 5 or 6 and 6, but we see that 3 and 9 equals 12. So that still shows us that this is in direct correlation with the zodiac signs, the 12 zodiac signs, the 12 disciples, the 12 months of the year, the 12 hours in the day, and so on, and 12 and so on. Well, the other thing that showed up in line with what we were having fun with is that below and above both constitute 5 letters. So I think that's really some nice observation. Yes, so 5 and 5 is 10. So we see how there has been the separation, if you like, or demarcation as above, so below. So that came to 3. The 9, the zodiac signs came to 3. So there I thought, okay, perhaps I should really do the as above. So I did the as, which came to 2, and so below, which is not scriptural, which is what I have been working with. I have been doing this mainly with the scriptures. Okay, but then I saw, okay, the word so gives us 7 here. 7 and 3 would be 10. As above, so below would be 10. We would have 10. So that means we would end up with 1 here instead of 3. Okay. And there with as this is 2, and if we added 2 and 9 together, that would be 11. So 1 and 1. Add the 2 11s together would be 2. 2 and 1 would be 3. So there has been no change in the numerical value, whether we added the as above, so below, or whether we had just add the below and above. So I thought that was really amazing, to have come across the same numerical value right here. It has made no difference whatsoever. On the sides, perhaps to say below would be 10. And of course, below 10 would make sense to us, like in Adam, saying that we all of Adam, or Eve, and when God cut or saw that it was, so there would be the 5 waters above and below. So basically, and here would be the 2 when and God created, well, 2 here, or that 11 would be that it that is always reflected in the scriptures often when it's said and God said it was good, so that it, instead of saying and God said heavens was good or earth was good. No, God said it was good. So it was always presented here. Everything God saw, it was good. So this is what would be saw in half. There would be 2 ones. Okay. So in actual fact, that is reflected in the 3 is vibration. We are seeing vibration between these 2 factors, above and below, has really presented to us vibration, as above, so below, and of the 12 zodiac signs, or whether we took it in a Christian context of the 12 disciples. So wonderful. We are continuing to connect the dots on the sacrifice scale. And oh, there was one thing that I want to conclude on this, and I thought it really made sense. Of course, we have done all this. Let's do this quickly. And it's another observation that I made with the zodiac sign of Leo, because I was read, and that's how I started with this. It's really making the comparison in the zodiac sign with Eve. I wondered what was Eve's star sign. Well, it is said if you ask the questions, you'll get the answers. Ask and you shall find. So we know Eve is 5, 4, 5, and that equals 14, and 14 is 5. So we know that. Okay. But what I came across through my list is Leo. So why I saw Leo as the first, because Leo is the only star sign with 3 letters like Eve. So we have Leo, and if we do the numerical value for Leo, would be 356. So that's 11, and 11 and 3 is 14. So that was what intrigued me. So 11 and 3 is 14. And this is what I am saying. 1 and 4 is 5. Now, isn't that delicious? Isn't that really delicious? Now, let's see the other common factor between Leo. There is the amount of letters we have, it's 3. The month is the 8th month for Leo, that's August. Oh, I hadn't thought of doing the numerical value for August, August. I hadn't thought of that. Let's do this. I thought of the 8, yeah, and 7, 3, 1, 2. So this is 3, and 3, 6, and 7 is 13, and 6 is 16, and 1, 17. Isn't that amazing? But that is 8. Oh my. Well, we hadn't had that with the other. Well, we saw how they matched, yes, the ones we did. I'm really intrigued. So it's the 8th month, but we didn't have that we had with Aries. We had 7, I believe, and Virgo was 8. Or was I counting? Okay, but we have 8 here. Oh, if Virgo is 8, because Virgo was on that middle spectrum of 5 and 8 in the new column of the sacrifice template, in that new column. So here, there's an 8 here. That's where the Virgin, of course. But we saw how that worked out pretty well. So there we are. This is interesting. So 8. And I have just thought about, so basically, it almost seemed fair to say that Eve was a Leo. I would have loved to say she was a Taurus, but I'm believing that Eve is a Leo. Now, okay, it's perhaps one of my fun things. Well, let's do the fun thing because we are about fun. Now, I am saying this is really not on any concise or conclusive evidence to say that, but I am just going by these figures here. We see for Leo, we have two things in common: the number of letters and the numerical value. Yes, I think that's a very good start. And we have another third thing is that if 8, so 8, the word ate, equals 8. This is 5, 2, 1. So that equals 8. And August is the 8th month of the year. Wow. I think it is fair to conclude, yes, that Eve, that Eve we still say is Leo. Eve is Leo. Yes, because there we are, there with the 14, of course, that comes to 5, and there's the I. There's the I, the symbol of infinity, the number 8, where Eve ate. And of course, August is 8. Interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, well, I hope you have enjoyed this. It's just been a fun thing to do. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch these presentations, and thank you for subscribing. And if you like this presentation, click and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be blissful, be a field, because we are planting new seeds. Namaste. And spill over with love.